Mike Tyson and Jake Paul have heated things up ahead of their fight on November 15th, as they met at Netflix's unveiling of the broadcast team in preparation for their debut sports event. The pair met at the unveiling, and it wasn't the usual peaceful meeting they've always had. Jake Paul confronted Mike Tyson regarding his most recent tweet on X, formerly Twitter, after he promised to meet Jake Paul on Fight Night with the most vicious version of Iron Mike Tyson anyone had ever seen. Former world champion Mike Tyson gave Logan Paul a warning ahead of their November 15th heavyweight bout. "This was me at my most brutal," Tyson wrote on X, referencing his knockout victory over Michael Spinx in 1988. "Now Jake Paul will see me at my most vicious."
The most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
If he doesn't die, it doesn't count.
I'ma keep winning.
Apparently, Jake Paul found Mike Tyson's statement quite provocative. As a result, all he waited for was a physical meeting that would give Holm the chance to confront Tyson over his tweet. And his chance did come when they were to have their face-off after the unveiling. Of course, they both have a good relationship, and the face-off seemed like a light one between them until Jake Paul whispered some things into Mike Tyson's ears. With this, Tyson forcefully pushed him away, and Jake Paul came bouncing back, ranting and yelling at Tyson, before those on the scene got in between them to separate them. The Paul-Tyson fight will be streamed on Netflix Live from Atant Stadium in Arlington, Texas, starting at 8 p.m. Eat next Friday. If Mike Tyson would be true to his words, then a 2-minute round might just be too much for Tyson on the night, as the fight against Spinx, which he called the most brutal, ended before the second minute of the first round. The 1988 fight versus Spinx pitted two undefeated fighters together. Tyson, then 21 years old, knocked out 31-year-old Spinx in 91 seconds to defend his title. Billed as once and for all, the fight was highly anticipated and earned comparisons with the 1971 fight of the century between Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, who were also undefeated heavyweight champions when they met to decide the undisputed title.
Tyson attacks immediately, cuts off the ring, throws the one just underway. Spinx through it. Tyson showing no fear, no respect at all.
Reports of Tyson's chaotic personal life also increased interest in the bout. In the days leading up to the fight, one or both men featured on the cover of Time, People, Sports Illustrated, and Ring magazine. Celebrities such as Jack Nicholson, Sylvester Stallone, Sean Penn, Madonna, Warren Beatty, Oprah Winfrey, Billy Crystal, George Steinbrenner, Carl Weathers, Jesse Jackson, and Chuck Norris would all be in attendance. A ringside ticket would cost a record $1,500, equivalent to almost $4,000 in 2023. Co-promoter Shelley Finkel predicted that the bout would surpass Marvin Hagler versus Sugar Ray Leonard and become the highest-grossing fight in boxing history.
Here in round one, and Michael here, and no respect by Tyson for any jabs or anything that while Michael Spinx was successful against Larry Holmes a long time and Jerry Cook.
The bout represented a contrast of styles, with Tyson's speed and devastating power up against the unorthodox style of Spinx, who rarely looks impressive but has always found a way to win. Opinions on the fight were mixed, although in general, more pundits favored Tyson. Larry Holmes, the only man to have faced both fighters, predicted a Tyson win by knockout in 2 to 3 rounds. Former world champions Jake LaMotta and Billy Conn, and trainers Gil Clancy, Angelo Dundee, and Richie Gichetti all picked Tyson to win by knockout, as did Jerry Cooney and Dan Duva. Ray Arcel thought Tyson would win on points.
The right hand lands to the head of Mike Spinx. It's Tyson all the way here in round number one. Vicious shot landing yet, but he's taking them. The uppercut, body shot, down goes Mike, and 8. That was a body shot that took it makes in.
International Boxing Federation middleweight champion Frank Tate gave Tyson the edge, while trainer Lou Duva felt that Tyson would ultimately have too much power for Spinx. James Smith, who had lost a decision to Tyson the previous year, said that for Spinx to win, he would need to take me in the ring with him. Emmanuel Stewart's prediction was Tyson, Tyson, Tyson. Another former heavyweight champion, George Foreman, also predicted a Tyson win. Muhammad Ali thought Spinx would win as he hits hard enough, he'll stick and move, he's fast on his feet, and he'll keep his distance. Tony Zale and sports writer Bert Sugar backed Spinx to outbox Tyson.
He leads to the right hand. Down he goes. I think he'll get up from this. Mike Spinx is laying flat on his back. And 8, he won't be able to do it. It's all over.
Dave Anderson of the New York Times wrote that Spinx would win, probably in a 12-round decision, but possibly in a late-round knockout. Reigning World Boxing Association welterweight champion Marlon Starling, veteran announcer Don Dunphy, and Tyson's former trainer Teddy Atlas also favored Spinx. Contender Meldrick Taylor felt Tyson would win if it ended in a knockout, but favored Spinx if it went the distance. 1940s middleweight champion Rocky Graziano predicted Spinx would psych out Tyson, then knock the hell out of him. Archie Moore gave Spinx a wonderful chance of winning. Sugar Ray Leonard gave Spinx genuine chances to outpoint Tyson. Floyd Patterson, who like Tyson had been trained by Cus D'Amato, said, "I originally picked Tyson, and I still do, but now I give Spinx a chance." Spinx entered the ring as a 4-1 underdog.
Mike Tyson has won it back row. A dramatic first-round knockout. Mike Spinx was knocked cold. It happened right in front of us. I looked.
Well, with the most recent development between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul making them appear more as enemies than friends, we might be seeing another crazy fight on November 15th. What's surprising in all of these is the fact that this has not always been the culture between the both of them, as their press meetings and all other events building up to the fight have shown friendly, peaceful pair that were only going against each other to entertain the fans and to fill their pockets. When they had the first press conference ahead of the highly anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, fans thought there was a clear winner following the face-off.
That's all I can say.
I do think that the older generation wants people to see Mike knock me out, but at the end of the day, I also have...
Both Paul and Tyson took part in a launch press conference in May ahead of their blockbuster fight that was initially scheduled for July 20th at Atant Stadium in Arlington, Texas, with tickets for the fight going for insane prices. At the presser, Tyson sent Paul a rather chilling warning while his YouTuber opponent talked his usual talk. "I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is depending on it, because it will be." Paul added, "He was game. I think he's always wanted to do this. This has been a long time coming. We've been calling each other out for years and we finally got to make it happen on Netflix, the biggest platform in the world. Things just keep on getting bigger and better."
The kids, the middle schoolers, the high schoolers, the college students rooting for me and want to see me and Mike.
Well, it was a no-brainer. I like shaking the sports world to its core, and I'm doing it now.
The YouTuber turned boxer, who boasts victories over Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, and Nate Diaz, was in a confident mood and even challenged Iron Mike to test his iron chin. "I want to see how hard he hits. Mike, I really want to see, bro. Let's see all the legends, the myths, because you're Iron Mike Tyson. But I have an iron chin, people know that. I take shots," he said. "I think people are underestimating me for being able to deal with his power, and that's something that's going to make it interesting." The 27-year-old added, "I am biting off a lot. This is definitely the toughest, most savage, lethal opponent, regardless of age, because power is the last thing to go."
That was friends, but in that ring, we're not going to be friends. That's just what it is.
Mike wanted this. Mike wanted it to be a pro fight. He wants the war. I respect them for taking this fight, for stepping.
The reaction and reception of it is insane. I almost can't even believe it. So very surreal and very, very grateful for all of that. We're going to see. I'm excited. I literally can't wait to look across the ring and see him and give him a freaking death stare. Tyson dismissed critics who are skeptical of his age and just how capable he still can be inside the ring. When Tyson was asked to respond to detractors who've been critical in his quest to fight the 27-year-old Paul, he clapped back with composure.
Up to try to put an end to me, because that's what all these fighters have been trying to do, is end the YouTuber.
Is that the goal here? Are you trying to put an end to Jake Paul?
No,
"I'm beautiful. That's all I can say," said Tyson. "The people who said that I am too old to fight wish that they were up here. No one else can do this. Who else can do this? Who else can shut the sporting world down? No one else can do it. You got the both of us, so we're gonna do this. We're friends. There's no doubt we're friends. But in the ring, we're not going to be friends. That's just what it is."
Cool to be fighting a guy who's 28.
Well, I'm beautiful. That's all I can say.
Iron Mike further commented on how training for his comeback has been going. "I'm doing great, but my body is in hell right now. I'm really sore. I wish I was playing possum," said Tyson. "We're going to see, huh? If Paul can take my power," Tyson added.
How is the training camp going? Because we see the 30-second clips with Rafael Cordero and your whole team, but could you give us a little more insight into how things are going?
I'm doing great, but my body's right now.
But Tyson delivered one stern warning Paul's way. Once the punches start flying, will he revert back to his old self? No, I'm not trying to put an end to Paul. I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is depending on it, because it will be. Mike Tyson's words, even while they sounded jovial, still carried the same tone of brutality and viciousness they carried some decades ago during his prime.
Is that the goal here? Are you trying to put an end to Jake Paul?
No, I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is.
Shockingly, even always confident Paul admitted to vulnerability and fear on Monday at the Apollo Theater in New York. "I know it's going to be tough fighting against Tyson," said Paul. "I know I'm going to have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong. But it's not about the fear of stopping me. It's about going into it, even though I am scared. And that's what true bravery is."
Underestimating me, and I believe that I hit harder. I know it's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong,
But Paul also countered his claims, saying, "I know I will be able to take Tyson's power," he said. "I'm a natural-born heavyweight. This is what I was born to do. I'm going to show Mike who has more power, because he's underestimating me. Everyone else is underestimating me. I believe I hit harder. It's going to be a firefight and a sprint in there and more entertaining for the fans."
Do you feel like you'll be able to take Mike Tyson's power at this stage?
I know I will be able to. I'm a natural-born heavyweight.
One major concern from fans has been Tyson's gas tank, due to his much older age, even though he is in incredible shape. However, that has been sorted out, as taking the round shorter allows for more action and less conserving of energy, something Netflix will be grateful for. Tyson was asked during the press conference if he made demands when it came to the rules, to which he replied, "Shorter rounds because I wanted more action. If we only have 2 minutes with the fight going, we'll really be fighting more."
2:30s.
Damn.
I wanted to shoot around because I wanted more action. If we only have 2 minutes, we'll fight more.
It's going to be.
Paul then added, "It's going to be a firefight, more punches, it's going to be a sprint, so it's going to be more entertaining for the viewers." The only other change compared to regular professional fights is that both Tyson and Paul will wear 14-ounce gloves instead of the usual 10-ounce handwear.
More action.
It's going to be a firefight, more punches, and it's going to be a sprint in there, so I think it's more entertaining for the fans.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of sprints because I saw him doing a lot of running.
Knockouts will still be allowed, and the result will be based on the judges' scorecards should the fight go the distance. Tyson barely ever went the distance during his professional career, with 44 of his 50 fights wins coming via way of knockout. He's a lethal knockout artist and doesn't appear to have lost any power in the training clips he has been sharing on social media. Following the press conference, the pair took part in their first real face-off, with both men seemingly in good spirits as they were seen laughing and joking with each other. While there weren't any crazy headbutts or shoves to report on, fans were all gobsmacked by the size of Paul, who looked considerably bigger than his opponent.
Sharp right uppercut to the body by Tyson. Again, a double right hand. Oh, there it is, right hand.
One fan wrote, "Bruh, when was Jake that big, the hell?" Another added, "Just from the eye test, something doesn't look right. Jake looks a little too big right now. Coincidence? I think not."
Mike wanted it to be a pro fight. He wants the war. I respect them for taking this fight, for stepping up to try to put an end to me, because that's what all these fighters have been trying to do, is end the.
More fans even shared their concern for the former heavyweight champion after seeing the size of Paul. "Mike getting a sleep is going to be bad to see," one fan commented. Another posted, "Jake Paul is a scumbag for doing this. A guy Tyson's age could get killed. This fight shouldn't be allowed to happen." Regardless, Mike Tyson has sent a chilling warning to Jake Paul ahead of their November fight, after the YouTube star defeated Mike Perry with a 6th-round knockout. Tyson and Paul were initially supposed to fight this week, but the boxing match was postponed until November after Iron Mike suffered a medical scare in May. The 57-year-old is committed to fighting Paul, though, and reminded his much younger opponent of how soon their fight was coming up in a menacing post to X. 118 days, 16 weeks, and 6 days, 17 weekends, 2,832 hours, 169,920 minutes, 10,195,200 seconds, he wrote on X. The clock starts now. Hashtag Tyson Paul, hashtag the clock is ticking, hashtag Jake's wake. Tyson also posted a video of himself silently watching Paul on TV before the latter went on to defeat former UFC star Perry. More than anything, Jake Paul has the advantage of age against Mike Tyson, who's more than 2 times Jake Paul's age. Jake Paul warmed up for his November 15th clash with Mike Tyson by stopping Mike Perry in 6 rounds at the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida on Saturday night. Paul looked on course for an early night against Perry, who has made his name as a bare-knuckle boxer when he set him down in the first round with a wide, cuffing right hand. Perry bounced right back up, however, and tried to swarm Paul in the corner. Paul, however, landed a hook and a right hand before missing with an uppercut at round end. Paul knocked Perry down for a second time in round 2, this one a clean knockdown from a jab to the chest and a straight right hand. But Perry, low on boxing skills but overflowing with toughness, kept stalking forward. Indeed, in the third, Perry began walking Paul down, trying to land leaping left hooks as Paul retreated behind a jab. In the fourth, however, a Paul hook and jab landed perfectly and took Perry's equilibrium, sending him staggering into the ropes. Paul peppered him with jabs, and another jab wobbled him again. A Paul hook caused Perry to stagger once more at the bell. In the fifth, Paul focused on his jab, snapping back the head of a stiff-legged Perry before a sweeping hook and a right hand landed clean. The end came in the sixth, when a Paul hook sent Perry staggering into the ropes. A left hook and follow-up flurry had Perry hurt again, and he fell in the corner for a third knockdown of the night. He clambered to his feet, but the referee waved it off. "Man, he's tough as nails," said Paul, who claimed he had been feeling unwell and had carried a damaged knuckle into the contest. "I'm sorry it took so long. I did put him down in the first round, but he survived it. Mike Tyson, you're next." "I was trying to roll with the punches and hit your ass back," Perry told Paul. "You did a great job. You were way too fast for me and I couldn't adjust." The convincing and bloody victory clears the way for a fight against Mike Tyson. Paul reaffirmed the fight with Tyson is on for November 15th. "And I'm going to get another KO and prove everyone wrong once again," Paul said. "Everyone said that it was a mistake taking this fight, that I was an idiot. I was risking it. But that's why I'm here. I take big risks. I put it on the line. And it's anyone, anytime, any place." Prior to the fight against Perry, Paul said a loss would cost him a chance to fight Tyson November 15 in a heavyweight bout to be televised by Netflix. Paul agreed to fight Perry in a cruiserweight bout after Tyson suffered an ulcer flare-up May 26th, prompting the fight with Tyson to be rescheduled. "I love to take risks and do big events," Paul said Friday when asked about jeopardizing the Tyson bout by fighting Perry. Mike Tyson called and was concerned about this fight jeopardizing the biggest fight of my career. "That's what puts the pressure on me, and I love that. I'm not slowing down for anybody. Mike Perry is not going to be the one to stop me. I'm on a path to a world championship. I'm not slowing down for anybody." And really, Paul's abilities can't be undermined as well. His power is evident, and he has his sights set on a world champion, but he must first pass the Mike Tyson test. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.